Hi class, this is our first virtual class. It is intended for seconds A, B, and C. It doesn't matter if your teacher is Maria Augusta Gerke or myself. In this class, we're going to make a short review about the use of conditionals in English. You can access this PowerPoint presentation anytime you wish to clarify any doubts you may have after finishing this class using the Alborada platform. Also, if you have any questions, you can write them down using the Alborada platform. So let's get started and talk about the use of conditionals in English. To talk in English or write in English properly, we use 4 different conditionals. And when we know how to handle them properly, we can combine them to use the mixed conditionals, which will be part of a different class. So let's start with the zero conditional. To use the zero conditional, we can use, we have to use like a rule to understand and to apply every time we're going to use it. So we have, first of all, to use the word if, and then we have to use the present simple in the first sentence, which we are going to call from now on if clause. After the if clause, we have to write a comma, and then we have to build the main clause using the present simple. Let's see some examples, because with examples is more easy to understand the meaning. Sorry, it's not more easy, it's easier, okay? So, if I am late for school, comma, my teacher gets angry. We can see here the use of the word if, and then the verb in present simple, which in this case is the verb to be, for the if clause. After the if clause, we write a comma, and then we come to build the main clause, or the second sentence that conforms the zero conditional. And we can see here that gets, the verb is in present simple. Let's see some other examples. If I oversleep, you see again the clause if and the verb in present simple. I miss the bus. Miss again in present simple. Let's watch some other examples. If I miss the bus, I am late for school. If I am late for school, my teacher gets angry. Now let's talk about the first conditional. In this case, for the main clause, we are going to change a little bit. Let's see. We start with the word if plus present tense, and then a comma, and then we build the main clause. We can use the words will, can, may, or must, plus the verb. Let's see some examples. If, you see the word if, I go, the verb in present tense, to London, the comma, remember that you always have to write a comma after the if clause. I will see the Big Ben. In this case, we use the word will to build the main clause. Let's see some other examples. If I go to London, I will see the Big Ben. If I go to Buckingham Palace, I can take a photo of the Royal Guard. If you go to London, you must look right before crossing a street. Now, let's talk about the second conditional. We start again using the if clause with the word if plus the verb. In this case, the verb is going to be in past simple. And then the comma and the main clause using the words would or could or might plus the verb. Let's see the example. If I were, the verb is in past simple, an astronaut, comma, I would travel in a spaceship. Some other examples. If I were an astronaut, I would travel in a spaceship. Using the conditionals is the only time where we can use the word "word" with the pronoun I. Also, you can use was. Both are correct. If I traveled in a spaceship, I would go to Mars. Some other example, if I went to Mars, I would meet a Martian. If I met a Martian, I wouldn't understand him. In this case, we can see that we use a negative form with the word would. If I didn't understand him, I would come back to the earth. Again, we use the negative form using the word didn't. Now, before explaining or refreshing your memory with the use of the third conditional, I have to advise you to make a review of the list of verbs, the past tense and also the past participle, because you're going to need to use all the verbs in past participle. So we build again the if clause with the word if, then a verb in past perfect tense, the comma, and then the main clause using would, could, or might, plus the word have, plus the verb in past participle. Remember that the past perfect, you use the word had plus the verb in past tense. In this case, in both clauses, have acts as an auxiliary and not as a verb, okay? Let's see some examples. If I had studied hard, comma, I would have passed my exams. So here, the word had is the one that allows me to form the past perfect with the verb in past. And then on the main clause, the word would could be changed by could or might, the word have as an auxiliary, and the verb, in past participle. Let's see some other different examples, okay? If you had studied hard, you wouldn't have failed your exam. Please notice that we also use here the negative form with the word wouldn't. We don't use the negative form in the word have, never, okay? You always have to use the negative form in the word wouldn't. Would, wouldn't is the negative. Next example, if you had passed your exam, you could have gone to the beach. If I had gone to the beach, I would have made sand castles. I hope you have refreshed your knowledge about the use of conditionals. Also, you can practice the use of conditionals using the following link that I'm going to show you a little bit with a link on the internet, okay? It's here. So you can go to this page. I'm going to give you the link right now in a small board that I'm going to show you on the screen after I show you on the page, okay? So you have here the indications, complete the conditional sentences, decide whether to use type 1, 2, or 3. This means first conditional, second conditional, or third conditional. So you choose your answers, and then at the end of the page, you can check your answers. If you have any mistakes, It will show you the correct answers, and you can replace wrong by correct answers, or you can ask it to show you all the correct answers, okay? The link is as follows. Please write it down. And also in that page, you can practice any grammar skills you think you need to improve, okay? Also, please check the Alborada Academy for a worksheet related to this class that you have to complete and submit on the date that you will see on the platform. I hope you enjoyed the class. If you have any questions again, please ask me using, or your teacher Maria Augusta using Alborada platform, and we are going to answer all your concerns. Remember to do your assignments, and I hope to see you on next class. I hope you enjoy the class. Thank you very much.